Hello, so in today's video I want to talk about setting goals, and the reason for that is pretty obvious because it is January. This is usually the time when people will kind of create New Year's resolutions, and you may not be a New Year's resolution type of person, but this information is still going to be good for you because at some point during the year you do set goals, or you're setting goals continually, and it's always good to kind of remember maybe a good approach or the best way to set goals. So I wanted to take this opportunity today, just given the fact that it is January and this is a time when a lot of you are probably kind of thinking about what you want to do over this next year, what you want to accomplish, how you maybe want to change some behaviors or some habits to make you better, and kind of look at how can this be done in a way that's going to help you to accomplish your goals, because that's really the biggest thing. And it's the biggest thing that is, obviously usually problematic with New Year's resolution time, is that people set goals but they don't usually accomplish them, and then obviously that makes them kind of feel bad throughout the year, the next year. This can be seen a lot of the time when people set the goal to go to the gym, and then all of a sudden they stop by the end of January, middle of February. So very important for you as an athlete to be setting goals, to be thinking about where do you need to be as an athlete, as a person, as you're moving forward, where you're going to maybe need to be in 6 months, a year, so that you can spend the time now working towards that before you actually need it. But let's look at a couple things to think about with your goals. First, you want your goals to be very, very clear. Another word for this might be specific. So the more clear the goal, the better. A lot of the time people set goals that they're too vague. And I do this with my athletes all the time, where they think the goal is specific enough or clear enough, but it really is not. Like, you want it so it is super, super clear. For me in ice hockey, obviously something like a certain number of shots, or kind of setting my path for maybe meditating every single day for 30 minutes. That's a very clear goal, saying I'm going to try and meditate for 30 minutes every single day, or 200 out of 365 days for the year, right? That's very, very clear. And it goes with one of the other things to think about when you're setting goals, is to try and make your goal not ambiguous, because when it is ambiguous and there's a little bit of a gray area associated with it, then it's kind of easy to either say maybe you accomplished a goal when you didn't, or maybe you feel like you didn't accomplish a goal when you did. We want things to be very clear cut with goals, where it's like you did it or you didn't do it. Obviously you can be very close, and that's also pretty good, but we want it to be very clear, because that helps us to adjust what we need to adjust to get back on track, or to get better at setting goals as we move forward. Another thing to look at when you are setting goals is to make it manageable. And what I mean by this is not too many goals and not too big goals. So a lot of the time people will set too many goals, and then they're kind of setting themselves up for failure, because it's just too much to be able to change and adjust. And so you really have to look at what is manageable for you. And sometimes that might be just one goal. And when you look at setting a goal, it's better to accomplish one goal than to set 5 and not accomplish any of them. So making sure that you are setting goals that, yes, are challenging for you, but you have a very high probability of accomplishing them, because it's going to help you to boost your confidence. It's going to help you to feel better. So if you just scale of 1 to 10 in terms of your confidence to be able to accomplish what you're setting out to accomplish, your confidence should hover around an 8 out of 10. If it's not, then you might need to adjust the goal so that your confidence now becomes an 8 out of 10, because again, we need to be able to accomplish things. This is how we build our confidence, is to accomplish these small goals as we're moving through our journey, to make us feel like we can accomplish things. And obviously these kind of stepping stones and small goals are what help us to accomplish those bigger goals. And so that goes with another point, is making sure you don't just set result-based goals. Result-based goals are great to set to kind of know where you're wanting to head, but you got to kind of create those process-based goals, those goals that you're going to have to do day in and day out, that are going to help you to create that road that's going to get you to that end result. So making sure you have really, really good process goals, things that you need to focus on a daily, weekly basis, that make you know that you are moving towards your ultimate destination. So there are a few tips on how to set some goals, and I'll see you guys in the next video.